All right, welcome back to the Calcio blog on I think it's our fifth or sixth podcast now. Should have done that research really ahead of time, shouldn't I? But you can see I'm joined by Craig from Calcio Corner.
Oh,
It's an account I like, your one, because you always got those nice shirts. You got a couple hanging up behind you there. You've
yes,
always got a couple hanging on that rail behind you when you do the little vlogs. So
that's
yeah,
it.
I was keen to get you on for a while now.
Good. Well, thanks for having me, mate. Much appreciated.
Absolutely, yeah. So look, before we get going, tell everyone where we can find you, where they can find you online, so they can all jump
So,
on board.
yeah, my main account is Instagram. That's what I've been doing now for 3 years. I think it is since 2020. No, 2 years actually. It'll be 3 years in 2026. So, Instagram @_Calcio Corner. And then I've just started a TikTok as well, as you'll know, @Calcio Corner without the underscore there. So you can find me both places. But yeah, Instagram's my main one. I'm going to start uploading some videos on TikTok. Just need to get some ideas and whatnot, and
Yeah.
get my foot in the door there.
TikTok, where the algorithm's a little bit kinder, I find.
Yeah.
So you're not on it.
To be fair, you've been an inspiration behind the TikTok. To be fair, I thought I
Yeah,
need to jump on because I saw what numbers you were getting on TikTok, and I thought, wow, there's something there. So why not? Let's give it a go.
it's keeping it going. That's going to be the issue,
Absolutely.
isn't it? You get a couple
Yeah.
that can grab the algorithm, but then you've got to keep going with it. So yeah, look,
Consistency is key, isn't it?
let's see how it goes. But so tell us a bit before we go right into it. Tell us a bit about yourself, because you don't have any Italian heritage, do you? You're just
No, nothing.
found
Just a
Italian football like
Calcio
me.
fanatic.
How did that come about then? Because you're an Everton fan in the UK, right?
Yes, yeah. So my team in the UK is Everton. Huge Evertonian, been Evertonian since I was born. As for the Calcio side of things, it all really started with my dad. So obviously, when we saw it on Channel 4, that's when I started seeing it on TV. I were obviously at home around my dad, and when the TV was on, I thought, oh yeah, this is quite good and stuff like that. Then I started, when I got old enough, doing my own sort of research, through video games, books, things like that, and just absolutely loved the whole aspect of Italy, the culture, football. And I just thought, man, I need to be a part of this. I need to, I need to get in this. So that's where it kind of stemmed from, really. I mean, my team in Italy, of course, as you can see, is Fiorentina.
Was that chosen on a kit basis then, because they've had some gorgeous ones over the years?
No, actually, it wasn't. So it was nothing to do with kits, nothing to do with Batistuta, nothing to do with anything like that. It was just the first place I'd ever been abroad was
Okay.
Florence. And as soon as I went there, I just fell in love with the city. And I thought, I don't have an Italian team that I'm following. I just love Italian football. So that's kind of where that came from. And I thought, let's start following Fiorentina. And that's where it kind of all started from, really. So yeah, I mean, how far away would it be now? 2018, 2019, I think.
Okay.
So I was quite a late bloomer to leave the UK, to be quite honest. But yeah,
You
that's
set the
where it all
bar pretty
started.
high on your first go, didn't you, with Florence?
Yeah, exactly.
There aren't many
Yeah, that's where it all
places that have
started.
got quite as much going on there as Florence.
Yeah, that's it,
Yeah,
exactly. I've got a mate who's American, and he's a massive Fiorentina fan anyway. So we chat quite often and whatnot. He goes over to Florence to watch the games when he
Yeah.
can. So
From the
yeah,
US?
it's from the US. Yeah,
Fair play
yeah,
to
from
him,
the US. Yeah, I know. Not all the time, but when he can make it, he'll go over there.
yeah, fantastic.
So yeah, but
Well,
that's where it all stemmed from, really.
excellent. Well, we brought you on to talk about the title race, so
It's
maybe you're the wrong
something we're not
person.
part of.
Maybe you're the wrong person, yeah, to join us for this week. But
Not to worry.
you certainly know your Calcio, so we'll let you off. There is a little bit of a title race developing. I know we're only 6 games in, but there's 5 teams all sort of jostling for position at the top at the moment.
That's right.
I think Rome are probably the most surprising being up there. Would you agree?
Do you think that? See, I said at the start of the season, I think Roma are going to do really well. I said that Roma are going to finish, where did I say, 4th? That's where I said that my top 4 was going to be Napoli for the Scudetto again, followed by Inter,
Okay.
followed by Juve, and then Roma coming in at 4th. So for me personally, I don't think it's surprising.
Right, so
I think.
I had a bit of a similar setup. I had Milan instead of Juve.
Did you?
I like
See, for
their
me,
window. I
this
did
is the
like
thing.
Roma's window, to be fair, as well. But from where they were coming from to where they are, I thought it was a bit of a jump.
See, for me, like you just said there, for me, it was Milan, the one that have been the complete surprise package for me this season, in all honesty. But no, I think with maybe out my mind was with how Gasperini was with Atalanta during his days there. I just thought if he hits the ground running straight away at Roma, especially with the backing of Claudio Ranieri and the players that they brought in, Evan Ferguson and whatnot, I think they could do some real damage, and that's what they've been doing. So
Yeah, it's just funny when
yeah,
you said that
playing really
Gasperini
well.
and the signings they made. I expect them to come
Mm.
in and just start blitzing teams with goals, but they've not. They've done it the other way around. They've only conceded 2. They've got the best defensive record in
Conservative,
the
they
league,
haven't.
yeah,
Yeah,
which is very un-Gasp-like, isn't it? But
exactly. That's it.
it's working
Seven.
for them, yeah.
I was having a little look at the table before I came on. 7 goals, 2 conceded, or something like that. So
Yeah.
just kind of getting over the line. Really strong defensively. I mean, that defense this season's been brilliant, hasn't it? Also in net as well, Svilar.
Yeah, so I've
Yeah,
got Svilo on my Fanta Calcio team, and
have you?
I think he's my
Good
top
pick.
scorer so far, yeah.
Dear, but no, yeah, it's like I say, it's something I did expect. If we got that same Gasperini anyway, I mean, you say same Gasperini, like you've just said there, usually elite goals with Atalanta. It was always a case of, we're going to score more than you on the day. We'll just,
Yeah, yeah.
we'll concede like 4, but we're going to score 5. But no, we've seen a kind of a different side to Gasperini. Something kind of like he's had to adjust to a different game, but it's just working at the moment.
Yeah,
It was
it's an odd one as well because the signings they made, all of the strengthening they did seemed to be, Leon Bailey, Evan Ferguson. They really strengthened in the forward areas. It's just sort of switched around for them. I mean, I don't know how much of Roma you've seen. I've sort of picked up highlights mostly. I'll see more of them on Saturday because they're playing Inter.
I've
But
seen
they're
a little bit, a little bit. Yeah, I've tried to get as much culture as I can in on a weekend and whatnot. But I mean, I didn't watch the recent one, put it that way, and good job I didn't.
but they're Evan Ferguson. Yeah, it was strange when he came in. I was there the first weekend. I was over in Italy,
Were
and
you?
yeah, the Gazzetta was full of one of the articles chucked a comparison to Batistuta straight out there.
Really?
Yeah,
God.
with no goals, but he's
Big
still not
shoes.
scored out there, and he's not been in the team the last couple of games. I mean, do you worry for him, or do you think he's just a case of just adjusting?
I mean, I watched that game on TV. The first game? Was it? Am I right in saying was it Pisa, or was that the second game?
No, the Pisa was the second one they won. I can't remember they played actually. They won 1.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
Verona.
yeah, well, it possibly was Verona.
Someone like that. Yeah, I remember now because it was the right back that scored the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wesley. Yeah, who I like
Wesley.
as
Yeah.
well. Actually, is a good signing. Yeah,
Yeah, good signing. No, to be fair, I think where Ferguson's concerned, I think he contributes a fair bit when he's on the park. He holds the ball up. He seems to have kind of bulked up throughout, since he's left
yeah,
Brighton as well
yeah.
for
He's a
some
big boy, isn't he?
reason.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So he's kind of got the same build and same attributes as Dovbyk, but I think he's got a little bit more pace about him. So he's sort of that guy that can feed off a through ball, through the defence or something like that, and run onto it and get there. So I don't worry for him too much, to be fair. His goal will come. It will come.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think once that comes, it'll lead to more goals. Just need service for him. We saw the recent game where, was it in Europe or something like that? I can't remember now, but got the ball in and Dobvik were there.
yep.
I think, no, that was the previous game, wasn't it, before they faced Fiorentina. And Dobvik was there. So you just need to get service into these guys. Sometimes football's far too harsh on strikers, and there's just no
Yeah.
service for them to actually do anything with. So
Yeah,
I
the
don't
modern
worry for him.
game, the modern
I
game
think
of
he'll
playing
come.
through the thirds and stuff, it drives me mad a
Exactly.
little bit. Good old
Yeah,
fashioned
that's it.
4-4-2, get it wide, get it in the box.
100%. Get it in the box and just get your bigger
Yeah,
fella to get his head on it.
yeah,
So I don't worry for him. I think his goal will come, and once it
yeah.
does,
Yeah, I
they'll
agree. I tend to think,
follow.
and then he's a good enough striker that they'll follow from that. But one team that's shockingly defensively solid to one that's defensively all over the place and is a
Mm,
surprise is Inter. Scored the most goals, which is not necessarily unusual for them, but they've
exactly.
been leaking goals all over the place, and it's cost them 2 games so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been surprised by that?
Not really, to be fair. No, I think Inter, another team that did some decent moves in the transfer window. Someone that keeps impressing is that Sucic. I think he's a
He's
fantastic
a
player.
top
You've got,
player, isn't he? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, absolutely fantastic. You've got I think you've got a lot of squad depth there. You've got people that are just chomping at the bit to get on. You've got Pier Esposito that's looking to get on there, but you've got Lautaro who's scoring. He's back on his rich aim of form, isn't he? He's scoring goals left, right, and centre, which is good. When Inter are firing, usually Lautaro is the one up there that's doing the work
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
scoring the goals. I don't know if Thuram's still. How long is he out for? Because he was injured, and that's where Bonnie came in and just did an
Yes,
absolute
it's a massive
masterclass.
thing. So this is one of the advantages of this team this season is they're not in a rush to get him back like they would have been last
Yeah,
season.
exactly.
When
Yeah.
you've got Arnautovic and Correa as your backup options, you're really trying to
Yeah.
get Thuram and Lautaro on the pitch, aren't you? But Bonnie's looked
exactly.
good. He was fantastic. I was at the game against Cremonese where he got 3 assists and
Where
a
you,
goal. He was
you saw
superb,
his
yeah.
God,
And,
that's mental.
it just out of nowhere just had this absolute barnstorming game, yeah. I mean, he's looked all right, but he's only had snippets here and there, and they give him a start, and he was fantastic. And obviously you mentioned Pio as well, who was, he scored for Italy the other night, his
Yes, he
first goal
did.
for them,
Yeah,
so yeah,
that's
he's,
it.
I think they need to tie him down pretty quickly because there'll
Yeah,
be
absolutely. I mean,
sniffs all over Europe for that guy.
exactly that. No, I mean, I think you've definitely got people there, like I say, who are on the cusp of making first team football. You know, if like we've seen there, Thuram gets injured, somebody straight away take his place and has made a massive impact on his injury. So yeah, no, it's not surprising for me, to be fair. I think, you know, if you're going to concede goals, just make sure, as an Atalanta way, sort of saying, make sure you're going to score more goals than they do.
Yeah.
So no, it's yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see.
Yeah, and conceding goals is something they're going to do because Akanji coming in was great, and then Pavard went, so it was like one step forward, one step back. We'd have liked to have seen De Vrij or a Serbi go instead of Pavard.
Yeah, yeah.
Serbi and De Vrij being both at the club. Look, they're decent players, but they're both late 30s now, so there's going to be goals conceded. Sommer, he's not been fantastic, so it's there'll be
No,
goals
he's not
conceded
actually,
there.
has it? No, like
No,
the
yeah,
past couple of seasons, he's not been. I think you lot do well to get that guy from Lecce, that Falcone. I think he's
yeah,
class.
okay. Okay,
He's
that's an
class.
interesting shout. Yeah, I mean, we've got this Martinez, Joseph Martinez, who's
Yeah.
sort of backup. He came in and did all right in a couple of games, and then he was back out of the team again. So it's a strange one,
Mm,
but I guess they're going for evolution rather than a revolution at Inter. It's
that's
probably
it.
what they could
Yeah.
afford, to be fair, as well.
Well, that's it exactly.
Yeah,
After just forking out for the San Siro and whatnot, the
I know.
coffers might
Yeah,
be a little bit empty, might they?
yeah, that's it. Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on the San Siro and some of the calls being made around that, but we won't.
Mm, that's
I
it.
mean, look,
That's it.
we're talking title race. One of the great things about Italy, and we're getting this title race develop at the moment, is no one's successfully defended it since Juve did it in, what's that, 2019, 2020?
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. No one successfully defended this title since then. Do you think Napoli have got a chance of it? I mean, I thought they were strongest coming into the season. They haven't set the world on fire yet, but they are winning games.
No, they haven't. No, I think we've seen sort of cracks in Napoli's sort of title retention. I mean, we say title retention. I mean, from last year, we saw the cracks late on in the season. I remember that game that they left it super, super late on against Parma, like 1-0 or something like that. Um, I think we've started seeing a few cracks here and there a bit earlier on. I mean, the one that springs to mind straight away is that last minute one against Cagliari when Zambo Anguissa scored in the 4th minute or something like that. And I think that was like one of the second or third games of the season. So there's the cracks, I think, are definitely there. But having said that, I still think they're gonna retain the Scudetto again. I think their depth. I mean, Højlund, man, he's a changed guy, isn't he? Absolutely changed.
Everyone that leaves Manchester United turns out to be a changed guy, don't they?
Exactly. This is it. Exactly. That's the tactic, isn't it? Just get somebody from United, and they're going to be a world beater for you. But
Yeah.
they've
Well,
got plenty
there's
of
another
talent
one
there.
in
You've
that
got
team as well, isn't there?
exactly that. See, you've got talent left, right, and centre in that team. You've got people like Neres on the bench, Noah Lang on the bench, people like that. They've got a lot of players who are good quality players to come on, later
We've
on
still got
in the
Lukaku
game.
coming back
So
from an injury as well, don't we?
Lukaku as well. And I think sometimes that is the difference between, winning a title essentially, because you've got players to put on there in the last 10, 20 minutes or something who are of the same quality that you're bringing off. Not just like you're bringing somebody on who's just like a backup. You were saying there about Arnautovic. Let's say, for example, Inter take off Lautaro and they're replacing him with Arnautovic or something, or Taremi or someone like that. It's not the same sort of quality, but for Napoli, I think the people they're bringing on, they're the same sort of quality as they're bringing off. So the
Yeah,
squad depth's
100%.
definitely there. And Conte
Do
is
you think
not
they have a problem with Kevin De
specifically.
Bruyne? Is he caused a few headaches in that central midfield of what to do with him?
De Bruyne, yeah, I think so. I think he was kind of hoping that he was going to cause him headaches, though, wasn't he? Really, I mean, that guy has been absolutely quality as, especially him and Højlund. Both in the Champions League as well. They've been linking up really, really well. But no, I mean, for me, that midfield at Napoli is just class at the moment. It is. It's class. You've got Gilmore being able to come off the bench and
Yeah,
whatnot. You've got Anguissa, who's I think's probably been one of, if not their best player of the season so
I really
far.
like him. Yeah, he's a very
He's
powerful player.
quality. Yeah, Absolutely.
Imagine him running at you with the ball, like, you stay out,
Well, that's
get
it.
out of the way of him.
You're gonna run other way with him, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it, 100%. Yeah, yeah. So you wouldn't be trying to stop that train.
No chance. So yeah, you've got a nice mix of sort of like the engine. I think he's like the engine in that midfield. He'll run just constantly. A bit of a powerhouse, and then you've got the sort of flair and sort of kind of that creator ability of the likes of De Bruyne in there as well. So it's a nice balanced midfield. I think
Yeah.
really really good.
Do you think? I mean, one of the issue where we could see an issue with Napoli is Conte's famously terrible record in Europe. He's obviously desperate
Yeah.
to put that right at the moment. Do you think
Mm.
maybe as the season goes on, I mean, they've got a lot of depth there, but do you think that's going to be a problem for them as the season goes on? You're going to be playing strong teams in Europe, you know?
This is it, yeah. The further you advance in Europe, the more sort of the more strain you're putting on players week in week out, etc. It might get to the point, depending on how far they go in the Coppa Italia as well, etc. So you never know, do you? To be fair, they might end up where they're playing 3 games in 10 days or something like that, which is especially if you're pushing for the schedule as well.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
going to be
that was how Inter came undone last season, really, wasn't it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
This is it. Exactly. That's sometimes there can be too much going on to concentrate on just one thing altogether, but. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if he can get to January, maybe bolster a little bit depending on where they are. We'll see where they are from January. But I think at the moment, I think he's got enough squad depth in there currently, I would say, to be able to give it a fair crack. I think losing Lukaku was massive. I know we can say they've got Hoyland coming in, etc. They've got Lorenzo Luca and whatnot, but it's that squad depth, isn't it?
yeah.
If
He's going to be
something
like a
happens
new
to them,
signing
you're
when he
left with
comes back,
one
though, isn't
person.
he?
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see, we'll see. But
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's two other teams we've got in this title race as well. Now we were flipped when we spoke at the start of the call about this. I thought Milan would be up there. You were surprised by them.
I was.
You thought Juve would be up there. I never really know what to make of Juve at the moment. Who do you want to talk about first?
I don't mind. Let's just go with the first one that you said there. Let's go Milan.
Yeah.
I think like you said there, Milan for me were a bit of a surprise package. I didn't expect Modric to be as good as
No.
he
Yeah.
has been. To be
Agreed.
quite honest, I mean,
I knew
the
he'd be
guy's
good, but
40
I didn't
years
think he'd be
old.
that good.
Yeah, this is it. I thought he might even play a little bit of a bit part role. To be quite honest with you,
Yeah.
and not be sort of starting in the midfield. I thought with likes of that Samuele Ricci and whatnot, get more of more minutes ahead of him. But
Yeah,
he's
I'm
just
surprised we've not seen him as much as we've
yeah,
seen him. Was yeah, but I mean, yeah, I
I
mean,
am as
Modric
well.
putting in the 90 minutes he put in against Napoli, was
Mm,
huge.
yeah,
We saw De Bruyne withdrawn in that game, and he had a few things to say about it. But yeah, Modric has surprised me how
it
good.
was
I know
huge
he's
money.
obviously a top player, but he he surprised me by how good he's been.
Absolutely, really, really surprised with how good he's been. Like I say, I thought he were going to come in, give a little bit of experience in the midfield, and just be available when called upon. Did not think he was going to be the one running the midfield essentially for these games. I mean, so just he's a joy to watch, isn't he? He's absolute joy to watch when he's on the ball. He just wants to be on it all the time, or whether it's just playing a pass sideways, whether it's a through ball forward. He just wants to be on it all the time. Mm, yeah, and he's been integral so far for them lot.
And when he's got willing runners ahead of him, like Pulisic has been so far to say. I mean, he's come
He's
from
been
nowhere.
tremendous.
I mean, again, another one that I know is a good player, but consistency's never been his forte. But wow,
Mm,
he's been smashing, isn't he? Apart from the missed
yes,
penalty last week.
exactly that. Yeah, that just kind of tarnished what he's been doing so far, really, hasn't it? I mean, but I think the other sort of players, such as your Santi Jimenez, I think I rate that guy. I do. I rate. I think he will come
Yeah,
good. I
he gets
honestly
in
do.
good areas and good positions. He just can't seem to put it in the back of the
He
net,
just
can he?
can't finish his dinner, can he? No, not at
Yeah,
all.
that's it.
I think the fact that he's getting in those positions, will something will click for him at some point, and he'll score maybe a brace or something like that, and he'll just go on a little run of scoring. It's bound to happen for him if he's getting in those positions. I'd be worried if he wasn't getting in those positions.
Yeah,
Put it that
that's what
way.
Alan Shearer always says, wasn't it? If you're not getting in the positions, then you've
Exactly.
got to worry. Yeah,
Exactly. That's it. So you've no chance at scoring if you're not even getting there in those positions. But yeah, no, they're playing really fluid football as well. Really fluid football at the moment. I said in one of my previous videos, I'm actually enjoying watching Milan at the moment. and I haven't enjoyed watching Milan for four years or something like that. It's been a
I'm
long
the
time.
opposite. As an Inter fan, I'm not enjoying watching them this year.
Yeah, exactly. Be a nightmare for you.
I dread in the derby, and it's coming up at the end of November, to be honest with you. And Inter are too inconsistent for me to
It's
go
going to
anything
make
that would
for a
really
good
sort of,
derby,
yeah.
put it that way. But to be fair, even when either team or both teams haven't been playing as well, it's usually been a pretty good derby anyway, hasn't it? Usually
Yeah.
both teams will turn up for the derby, usually.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think about Rafael as well? Because I don't think he's
How do you know what? I've
what
never,
everyone
and this is
thinks
not
he is.
just me with an Inter hat on, I never really truly rated him. He's
I think
quick
he's
and he's
overrated.
powerful, but
Seems like
his end product is woeful. Like, it's
mm,
dreadful, isn't it? Like, without being funny, I mean, look, we love Calcio, but Serie A is not the greatest league in the world, really, sort of quality wise anymore, is it? If he was that good, he wouldn't still be here, would he? I think he would be.
exactly.
He'd be in England or he'd be in
He'd be
Spain. Sort
somewhere
of quality.
else,
Yeah, exactly.
something like that.
He's a player that would frustrate the hell out of me if he played for my team, because he sort of looks like he's almost got it, but he doesn't quite have it.
This is it. I mean, like you've just said there about his end product, I think that when he's on the pitch, I think it's almost like something has to go through Rafael. It
Mm,
has to go through Rafael. And I just think there's kind of like a focal point on Rafael when he's on the pitch. That, to be honest, I think while he's been injured since that Coppa Italia game, they haven't missed. I don't think they've
mm,
missed him, to be quite honest with
no.
you. And the results have shown as well. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of it, but he's not awful, but I just think he's so overrated. I do.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
overrated.
100%. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they'd be. Yeah, like you said, I don't think they'd miss him terribly if he went somewhere else.
No, neither do I. I
No.
think it'd give them a chance to focus on other players, really.
Yeah,
And,
100%. Yeah,
I've seen more of a team in Milan than I have while he was playing there, to be
yeah,
honest with you,
yeah.
brutally honest.
And do you think they've got enough to sustain it as a title challenge, or do you think they're going to fade away? It's so hard to tell after 6 games. I'm going to put you on the
Is
spot there, but
is hard. I mean, judging on what I've seen so far, I'd have to say yes, because the way they've been playing has been brilliant. But my mind's telling me the bubble's going to burst at some point, and they're
yeah.
going to drop down into that sort of 6, 7 spot, and it's going to be difficult to get back up to
Mm.
the top 4.
Do
I
you,
think.
obviously, it's going to help them not being in Europe. They're going to have. We were just saying about Napoli, aren't they? That they're going to have full weeks in between games. You know, they're going to have 5 days to work on things. So I certainly think they should still be pleased with the Champions League place. I don't know if it will develop into a full title charge, but there's another team that
No,
usually wouldn't.
I don't think it will. I think they'll be there and thereabouts, but I don't think it'll turn into sort of like where it's them, Napoli, and Inter going head to head, or if we're Roma in there as well. I don't think they'll keep up for that long, to be honest.
I mean, there is a team that normally wins the league in Italy that haven't in a few years now. Do you think they're going to do it this? I mean, I don't think they're going to do it this year. The first couple of games, I thought, oh, maybe they might have something about them, but they've done what they did
There's
last
been
season, and they started drawing games now, haven't they?
This is it. I think 5 on the bounce or something like that when I was looking the other
Yeah.
day. 5, including Europe as well. I don't know. Is Tudor the man to lead them to it? I don't really know.
I don't think he's that top class manager. But again, they were another squad that you look at their squad they had. You know, when they had Pogba, Ronaldo,
Well, this
players
is
like
it.
this in the team.
Yeah,
The squad is so depleted since then. I mean, Jonathan David, he scored in his
massively.
debut, but God, has he done anything since?
Even that wasn't a great goal, though, was it? He's not
No,
really
I'd have put
shown
that away.
anything
Yeah, yeah. What's he
in
like,
front.
3 yards out?
Well, that's it. Exactly that. I think kind of Juve fans were hoping that Vlahovic with Tudor, because Tudor were massively, he massively liked Vlahovic, didn't he? He was a massive Vlahovic fan. And I think he's still got it to some extent, Dusan
Yeah,
Vlahovic. I
top
just
scorer, is he?
think,
I think, is he? Top
yeah,
scorer?
yeah, exactly.
Despite being
I
on the
don't know how
bench
many
every
he's
game,
scored.
he scored more
Well,
goals
that's
than
it.
anyone.
Exactly that. So I think, I don't know, will he come good? I'm not too sure. But like I say, I think question marks over Tudor being the man to take them to put them in a title race. Put it that way. I don't know whether he's the man. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I think he
don't know
is.
if he's that top class coach, is he?
It's not
That sort
convincing
of
football, though, is it?
he-
It's not convincing football either
no, no, they're not. They're just
at all.
the games they won. I think they've won just because they've got better players than the other teams. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I mean, they drew with
And they've
Verona.
been able
It's
to
not a
bring
great
like
example, but
some substitutions on that, are of a decent quality.
Yeah. I mean, the only game we really saw anything from them was probably the Inter game, where even then they were
Probably.
terribly defensively. But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, Kenan Yildiz is the star in that team, and he'll
Yeah.
probably be gone by the summer.
Probably. Probably, yeah. He's decent. I think that Conceição's he brings a
Hmm.
bit of flair and a bit of
Yeah.
skill, pace to the team when he's on there. But other than that, there's no real standouts, I would say, to be fair. I think Bremer's just got injured again as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So
it's a
that
bad
could be
one
a massive
apparently. Yeah, he's
scare
going to be
for
out for some months. Yeah, I mean he's the best defender there, isn't he? And then maybe Thuram in the middle. I guess he's probably the best midfield player. But again, he's not of the caliber of the likes of Pogba, etc., that they have had
Well,
there in the
that's it.
past.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think it's a bit of a shadow of what the Juventus we all kind of knew is really. No, I see them. I mean, I put them, like I say at the start of the podcast, I put them fourth. I think fourth, no, third. Sorry, put them third. After what I've seen so far, I don't think they're going to break into the top four.
You don't think there'll be no Champions League football next season then?
I don't think they will, from what we've seen so far. No,
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. Yeah, I
I
mean,
might have my Fiorentina hat on a little bit as well.
the rest of Italy have their hat on for that one, don't they?
Yeah,
I mean,
true. That's all.
yeah, they're very much the Man United of Italy, aren't they? That it's
Absolutely.
hilarious for everyone else to see what's happening to Juve, but yeah. So that, I mean, they're the top five we've got at the moment. We've got some games coming up. I mean, Rome are playing Inter on Saturday. That's going to be interesting. The best
Yeah.
defense against the best attack in the league so far. Something's got to give there. Inter have got to go to Naples in October as well, towards the end of the month. So we're going to see, I think probably by the next international break, we'll probably see it starting to really develop into a title race. But I don't know whether you see anyone else breaking into that. I don't think anyone else outside that top five has got a shout, personally.
I don't think so. I mean, for the likes of Atalanta, I think we all expected Atalanta to not go at it this season like they had been doing under Gasperini. I think they've kind of come out of the blocks as everyone expected, not been as convincing. Couple of draws, couple of wins here and there. I think the win that they got was against, I think it was Lecce and Torino, so two teams that haven't been playing great this season anyway. The other one I think's in and around there's Bologna, I think, which haven't
Yeah, I
been
know.
playing convincing football either, to be honest, have they?
No, they
They've
get
kind
through
of
games,
fallen off
aren't
a
they? But
bit.
they're not like they had been in previous years where you could
Mm.
sort of see stand out. I mean, if Orsolini's not there, I don't think they win any games.
No, neither do I. I think that guy is Mr. Bologna at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%,
You
yeah.
know, without his goals, take his goals away from games. I think he scored. He scored one this season, didn't he? Where it won them the game, I think, something like that,
Yeah,
if I
recent
remember
one,
rightly.
wasn't it? Yeah.
And he scored one recently as well, yeah, against Pisa, 4-0 win. So yeah, he's integral to that team at the moment. Like you say, I think without him, there'd be massive problems at Bologna. I do.
So get your crystal ball out then. Look into January time. Do you still see it being a 5-horse race coming into January, or down to 2, down to 3?
I think down to 3. I think you'll have Napoli, Roma,
Yeah.
and Milan, Inter. I
Yeah.
think those are the 3. I think by then Juve will have seen even more mediocrity. I think there'll be many more draws coming their way and whatnot. I just don't. There's no convincing football in what they're doing. It's not convincing enough for them to gain top 4. I don't think. Milan, they've been brilliant, but I don't think they're going to keep it up. I don't think they're going to keep it up. To be quite honest, like you said, the only silver lining for Milan is the fact that they're not participating in Europe. That could mean that they can throw everything on the Coppa Italia and the Scudetto this season, whereas the likes of you lot, you've got also Europe to contend with as well, which could be difficult, but it's not something you guys haven't done before, etc. So
No,
I think we'll
exactly.
see them
I
through.
actually don't think we'll push as far in Europe this season.
Mm,
I think we'll probably learn from last season in that when you get to January, you've got to put your eggs in one basket. Really, as an
more
Italian
or
team,
less.
you can't really do both.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I hope it's a league because we've probably got more chance of winning that than the Champions League, based on what I've seen the last few years, and we don't talk about May. Look, before we finish up, I will give you a little bit of opportunity to talk to us about Fiorentina, unless you don't want to, based on the start they've had.
No, I don't mind. I'll cover a
Is
little bit.
Pioli making the next international break?
Pioli, I think he could well be the first to go. I do. We're having a little chat about this bit, behind the camera before, weren't we? About Pioli and the fact that he seems to have lost everyone at the moment, doesn't he? Even though the board are backing him and whatnot, I just don't see it. I don't see it improving under Pioli. I don't.
I mean, why are the board backing him? Is it just a sort of pragmatism thing? Is it a
I'm not
financial
too
thing?
sure. It could well be a financial thing, yeah, because I think they paid him a fair bit to get Pioli anyway in the first place. So it could be a case of we know we've messed up, but we don't want to tell everyone that, so we're going to back him.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to go down, so just stick with it for a few more months.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah, but if it carries on going like this, there needs to be something done at the end of the day, because we don't want to leave it too late where we're scrape results and whatnot,
There's no
and
wins yet,
really
no?
no wins, no, nothing. The only one is against Sigma in
Yes.
the
Okay. Yeah.
Conference League. That was the only one. But I mean, you'd have put anyone to beat them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Well, I mean, I watched the game against Roma, and I
The
thought
thing is that
I thought we were a bit unlucky in that game because we hit the bar a
this is
couple of
it.
times, didn't you? Keane scored a really good. Is it Keane or Keeney or
Ken, I think
Ken?
that's how
That's it. Yeah.
yeah, I think
Boise
Ken.
Ken. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm hearing different pronunciations every week of it. But you hit the bar a couple of times, and then I mean, Dovbyk scored just a cracker, didn't he? So
yeah, he did.
I don't know if it was necessarily as bad as the scoreline said, but
We were really unlucky against Roma. I mean, I didn't watch the full game. I watched the highlights, the extended one, on the Fiorentina app. And from what I saw, we should have got a lot more out of that game than going, without 3 points.
is that a case of the team playing with no confidence? Though
This is probably it. Yeah, exactly. Probably it. I think Piccoli needs his first goal in the league, and I think Moise is. He got injured for Italy. I think he's going to be all right for the next game. I'm not too sure. He said that. Then I'm not too sure. I've seen today that he's not playing against the next international friendly or whenever that is. So I'm not too sure how long he's out for. But it wasn't as serious as they previously thought at the start, anyway. So, but I think Pioli's going to give him the nod anyway. Piccoli. See, it's also with the formation. I don't think he knows what his best team is or what his best formation is. It doesn't seem like he knows how to get the best out of these players at the moment, which is concerning. I mean, I know we're only 6 games in, but still.
he had a fairly full pre-season, didn't he? I think he came in quite early, didn't he?
Exactly, yeah. He had a fairly full pre-season, so he got a chance to get to know the players. It's not his first time there anyway. He knows the club anyway, having played for them too. So it's just worrying. There's that famous Italian saying, isn't there, about reheated soup? I think it's applying in this one.
Are you planning on getting back out to Italy soon, or? I know you've just come back from Italy, haven't you? But you weren't watching football there.
That's it. Yeah, I just went over to Palermo for a week with the missus. But no, I'm going out next month. So going out for the Juve game. I've got flights booked to go to Bologna, and then train from Bologna to Florence and whatnot. So yeah, that should be a good one. Hoping for a win. Hoping for what happened last season, but we'll see. But yeah, no, it'd be nice to get there.
That trip from Bologna to Florence, we did it when I was over. We did it on a Flixbus. Went down for the day trip, and it's
Flixbus, yeah.
Lovely food. Yeah, weirdly, the train was like 110 euros or something they were trying to charge. And
it is really?
Yeah, well, I've never had a price like that come up in Italy. Yeah, you can get it for like 12 euros.
I was going to say. That's it, yeah. I've been looking at it.
Because I just rocked up on the day and tried to buy at the station. It was my mistake.
Possibly.
I booked onto the bus for 20 quid. Yeah.
Why not?
It's a lovely drive through the Tuscan hills, isn't it? It's,
yeah, exactly. So no, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be good. I was at the Atalanta game last season when we won 1-0. That was really good. Really, really good game, that one. But yeah, but we'll see. I'm hoping to get out there again next year before this season finishes. I've set myself the goal to get over there for 3 times. So whether that be all league or some European games or Coppa Italia games, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I've set myself the target of 3. So fingers crossed.
Nice. And just back to England briefly before I let you go.
Yeah.
How's the new stadium at Everton? I mean, it looks magnificent.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Really, really good. I'd urge anyone who's got the opportunity to go. I mean, I think the tickets for home fans are really, really, really difficult to get hold of, as they are for most English teams now. Unless you're a season ticket holder, you've arguably no chance of getting a ticket unless you go third party. Luckily, I'm a season ticket holder. I was on the list for 5 years, so I've been able to get a season ticket this season.
Oh, so you could sort me out when I roll up, yeah?
So, but yeah, no, going back to the stadium, it's absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It really is. I think we've just, it's not the same, but we've managed to kind of encapsulate that atmosphere from Goodison and take it down to Bramley-Moore Dock. So
that's always the hard bit, isn't it? Is making sure it's not a soulless sort of bowl. Yeah.
That's it. But no, it's far from. I think that goal that Grealish scored against Palace the other day. I think
Yeah.
that broke the record for decibels.
Noise.
Something
Yeah. I did read that. Yeah.
So, that just tells you how much atmosphere is generated in that place. But no, it's fantastic. Really, really good stadium.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving
Yeah,
up
no
your
worries.
evening.
Thanks again, mate. I much appreciate coming on.
No problem. Yeah. So look, we will talk again because we'll talk more Fiorentina at some point, and we'll. I want to go through their shirt collection of
When
yours
we
as
get his
well.
first win, get me on.
That's it. Yeah. We'll speak in January. But no, I want to go through the shirt collection of yours as well. So that
Absolutely, yeah.
it won't be the
Feel
last we'll
free.
see of you on here. So yeah, thanks for your
Perfect.
time, and
No worries.
thanks everyone else for listening.
Thanks, mate.